Okay, write an equation of a line horizontal to pass it through the point. Remember, this is the Vanessa Hudgens problem. That's how you remember vertical and horizontal. Vanessa Hudgens put x, y on the bottom. So you're looking for the horizontal line. That's going to be y equals negative 4. Okay, graph. Notice that my equation is in standard form. So that means I'm going to find the x-intercept and then the y-intercept. To find the x-intercept, I make the y equal to 0. So my y is going to go away. So I'm left with negative 2x equals to negative 4. Divide by negative 2, so x equals to 2. So my x-intercept is 2 comma 0. To find my x-intercept, I'm going to make x equals to 0. So the x's go away. So I have y equals to negative 4. So my y-intercept is 0, negative 4. So 2 zeros there, so it can't be A. It can't be B. So there's 2 0, 0, negative 4. So my answer is C. Okay, so for number 18, it takes Esther 5 minutes to set up her favorite board game and then 14 minutes to play one game. The table below represents the total amount of game that it should take Esther to set up and play one game. So there's different ways you can do this. You can either find your table, look at the pattern, and see what am I increasing by. Okay. Or you can set up an equation. Okay, it takes Esther 5 minutes to set up her favorite game. So that is the one-time fee. So that's your y-intercept. And then it takes her 14 minutes to play one game. So for each game, she's going to take 14 minutes. So that's your rate of change, your slope. So my equation is going to be y equals 14x plus 5. Okay, so to play 7 games, that's going to be 14 times 7 plus 5. 14 times 7, 98. And 98 plus 5, 103. So it would take her 103 minutes to play 7 games. And you could have done this with the table, just figured out that each number is increasing, right? And you can subtract 33, subtract 19. So each number is increasing by 14. So 75 plus 14 be 89. And then if we add another 14, it would be 103. So different ways to do it. Just verifying that the game is going up by 14 or by writing an equation. So remember to write your sentence. Okay, so it would take Esther 103 minutes to play 7 games. Okay, Samuel and Alex are neighbors. One summer, each planted a tree in their front yard. Samuel's tree starts at 8 feet tall and grows 3 feet per year. The growth of Alex's tree is shown in the graph below. Which tree is taller after 6 years? Okay, so we're going to have to do this 2 ways. We have Samuel's tree, and then we have Alex's tree. Okay, well, with Samuel, we're going to have to write an equation. Since it starts at 5 feet, that's my one-time fee. That's my y-intercept. So 3 feet per year is my rate of change, so that's going to be my slope. So my equation is going to be 3x plus 5. So after 6 years, Samuel's tree is going to be 23 feet. Okay, Alex, got to use the graph to look at Alex's tree. Okay, so this is the graph of Alex's tree. So after 6 years, Alex is going to be 16 feet. Okay, so which tree is taller? Okay, Samuel tree is taller after 6 years. And they want us to explain because this tree will be 23 feet and Alex will be 16 feet. Okay, write an equation of the line shown. So the equation would be y equals mx plus b. So we need to find our slope and our y-intercept. So our y-intercept is where my line crosses my y-axis. So that's going to cross right here at 0, 3. So my y-intercept is 3. Then I have to find 2 points, go up and over, and count my rise over my run. Notice that it's going down, so it's going to be negative. So my slope is going to be negative 2 over 3, rise over the run. So be y equals negative 2/3 x plus 3. Okay. Write the equation in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So notice that this equation is in point-slope form. All you have to do is solve for y. So we're going to distribute the 2. So 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 3 is 6. Bring down the y plus 10. Move the 10 to the other side. We're going to have y equals 2x. Okay, different signs we subtract. Keep the sign of the larger number. So my equation is going to be y equals 2x minus 4. Okay, write the equation of the vertical line passing through the point negative 9, 6. Remember, this is my Vanessa Hudgens problem. So just put VH on top, y on the bottom. And since we're looking for my vertical line, my answer would be x equals negative 9. Remember to be careful. Negative 9 is not the answer. It has to be x equals negative 9. Okay, write the equation of a line that passes through the point and it has a slope. Since we're given a point and a slope, we're going to use point slope form. Y blank equals m parentheses x blank. My slope is negative 5. Okay, my x is negative 4. So when we put it next to the x, it's going to be positive 4. My y is negative 3. Remember, we got to change the sign. Since it doesn't tell me to keep it in point slope form, I have to solve for y. So negative 5 times x is negative 5x. Negative 5 times 20 is negative 20. Bring down the y plus 3. I'm going to move the 3 to the other side. Since it's positive, it becomes negative. And negative 20 minus 3 is negative 23. So my equation of my line is y equals negative 5x minus 23. Okay, write the equation of a line that is parallel to y equals negative 4x plus 9 and passes through the point. Since it's parallel, remember we don't need that. We just need our slope. Means the same slope. So we have a slope of negative 4 and it passes through the point 5, 1. So when we're given a point in the slope, we always have to use point slope form. my slope is negative 4. Okay. Xy, so the x goes with the x, but when we write it down, we have to change the sign. Since 5 was positive, it becomes negative. Y is 1. So once again, when we write it, we have to change the sign. And again, since it doesn't tell us to write it in point slope form, we have to solve for y. So negative 4 times x is negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 5 is positive 20. We're going to move the 1 to the other side, so it becomes positive 1. So y equals negative 4x plus 21. Okay, write an equation in slope-intercept form of a line that passes through the point. Once again, since I need slope-intercept form and I'm given 2 points, I have to use point-slope form. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find my slope. Remember, y's go on top, x's go on the bottom. Those are my y's. So I'm going to write 6 plus 2. Remember, change the sign of the second number. And 7 minus 5. 6 plus 2 is 8. 7 minus 5, 2. And 8 divided by 2 is 4. So now that I have my slope, I'm going to write point slope form. Y blank equals m parentheses x blank. Since my slope is 4, that's going to go under the slope. Remember to pick one of the points. It doesn't really matter which one. So if the x is 7, so when I write it, it's going to be negative 7. The y is 6. So when I write it next to the y, it's going to be negative 6. So once again, since it doesn't tell you to keep it in point slope form, we need to solve for y. So 4, actually it does tell you to write it in slope intercept form. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times negative 7 is negative 28. Bring down the y minus 6. We're going to move the 6 to the other side. Since it's a negative 6, it becomes a positive. Bring down the y, the 4x. Negative 28 plus 6 are different signs. Different signs we subtract. Keep the sign of the larger number. My answer is y equals 4x minus 22. Okay, so it takes Sean 6 hours to clean 5 attics. Chris can clean 2 attics in 4 hours. Find how long it would take them to clean 3 attics together. So it's going to be Sean's rate times the time together plus Chris' rate times the time together is going to equal the number of jobs they're doing. So Sean can clean in 6 hours. It takes 6 hours to clean 5 attics. So his rate is, remember, the rate is the number of job over the hours. 5 over 6. Since we're trying to find their time together, that's going to be x. Chris can clean 2 attics in 4 hours. So his rate is going to be 2 out of 4. And we're trying to find their time together. And how many jobs do they want to do together? They want to clean 3 attics together. So we're going to multiply everything by 6 and 4. Okay, so here my 6 are going to cancel. So I'm left with 4 times 5 or 20. My 4s are going to cancel. So I'm left with 6 times 2 or 12. And then 3 times 6 is 18. And 18 times 4, 72. Combine my like terms. I'm going to have 32x equals to 72. Divide by 32. Okay, so I can reduce by 2. So 2 goes into 72 36 times. 2 goes into 32 16 times. So once again, I can reduce 36 over 6. This time I can reduce by 8. 8 goes into 36. Or 4 goes into 36. I'm sorry, I can divide by 4. 4 goes into 36 9 times. 4 goes into 16 4 times. And then I'm going to go ahead and divide. So 4 divided by 9 is 2. Okay, so my answer would be 2 and 1/4. Okay, but notice that everything's in decimals. So I'm going to write it in decimals. So 4 goes into 10 2 times. 4 goes into 25 times. So it's 2.25. So as we round, we get 2.3 hours.